Hello. Yes. I'll just wait for others to join in, but let me just let's start quickly. So what we are doing today is what's it called? We are learning about the use of 2D representation of 3D objects. So the major aim of this topic is to, by the end of the session, you must be able to understand how to use plans and planes and elevation to represent 3D shapes. So it's very important. That's part of the outcomes. So, and we also expect to be able to identify well-known 3D shapes beginning from their net. So the purpose of that is that if you see any net, you should be able to figure out the 3D shapes that the net represents. So another one is so learners could also aim towards to draw the nets for a well-known 3D shapes. You can also be able to draw the nets, and also what you also have to learn. Learners must be able to establish the ability to establish different ways of representing 3D shapes. So you must be able to establish different ways that you can also represent 2D shapes and 3D shapes. So there are many ways to make 2D representations of 3D shapes. So there are different ways you can actually make a 2D representation of 3D shapes. So 3D means like three-dimensional shapes. Like what's it called? Like a cuboid. Cuboid is a 3D shape. A cube is also a 3D shape. What else again? You have a cylinder, 3D shape. Sphere, it's a 3D shape. No, you can't go on and on. Triangular prism is a 3D shape. What's it called? You can go on and on. Square base pyramid is also a 3D shape. So there are many ways that 2D representations of 3D shapes. So we focus first on on elevation. Again, elevations. Then this is a cube. So all the sides of a cube is always the same. So if you want to draw a cube, it's just coming. Let's hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. So just hold on a sec. I want to. Hold on a sec. Just a second. Wait. So let's just continue. So that's the 2D. We do the 2D representations of it. So another one is this. These are planes and what? And elevation. So these are the plane. The plane is what the plane is actually what the shape is actually sitting on. That's the plane. The plane is what the shape is actually sitting on. So while the left side elevation is how the shape looks like on the left, and the right side elevation is how the shape looks like on the right. So the front elevation is the front picture. How does it look like? So similar to actually what is on the screen, you can know that this side, the way this side looks at, this is the front elevation. The side elevation is like what the shape is actually sitting on. So if you look at the plane is when you are in this position and you look down. How does it look like? So this is how it looks like. So you see a rectangle and you see one line in between. This line in between is the one that is this line here. So if you look at it, the plane, this is how it looks like. And the side elevation is this. If you look at it from the side, is this. And on the left side, so it looks like that too. So plane and elevation. So the diagram shows prisms too. So say which of this one is correct prism above? Say which of this diagram below are correct for the prism above. So you see this one, 4 and 6. So and this one. So the plane elevation is going to be what? It's going to be what the shape is actually looking like when you look at it from the top. That is like C. If you look at it from this direction, how does the shape look like? It looks like a rectangle. So that is why what's it called? You see that the plane is what is C. The front elevation is what, I told you earlier that the front elevation is what you look like, what does the shape looks like in the front. So if you go down here, we feel that does the shape look like at the front, it looks like what? If you look at the shape at the front. So if this is a side, look like at the front, it's going to be A. This left side elevation, this is the left side, is A. The front elevation is going to be G. That is when you are facing this, how does the shape looks like? So it's going to be 4, 5. You see this 4, you get it, and there's 6 there. This line is 6, and the one is 4. So when you look at it from this side, that is actually the front, the front elevation. So this other one too, they ask you can actually pause this video and try and cover the answers and see maybe you are probably right, and to try and figure out the front, the plane, and also the left side elevations together. So in the front side, you get the figure of common shapes formed from a cube and a cuboid. So the cube is on top and the cuboid is actually at the bottom. So if you look at the plane one, plane is actually when you look at it from the side there. So you realize that there is one, there's a what's it called? It's going to be C, because what? The rectangle here, just one side of the rectangle, you can see what? You realize that there's a cube there. So the plane elevation, is going to be what? It's going to be C. While the front elevation is going to be A. The front elevation is going to be A. So as if you look at the shape from this side, how does it look like? Right, there's a rectangle and there's just tiny square on it. So this is it. Why the side elevation is this? The left side elevation is this. So it's what you look like, what the shape looks like. If you look at it from what? From this side. So if you look at it from this side, you realize that there's just a square and there's the longer part of the rectangle on it. So that is actually how it is. So the difference between this is just a clear example. So the best you could do is you can pause this video, then you have a go, then you can actually you click on it, then you actually continue. We're still going to look at some more questions on it. So you can also form nets too. So basically, if you want to actually form nets are like you split different faces of a 3D shape. So another way of representing 3D shapes with 2D is to draw a net that folds to make a 3D shape. So many examples of nets are to be found in the packaging. Let me just maybe there's another person joined. Okay. Oh, so Steph joined. Oh. Oh. Hello.
Hiya.
Hi. You okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Sorry, I'm late. I was busy.
Oh no problem. No. Yeah. Okay. Are you? What's the name again? Sorry.
I'm Steph.
Okay. Yeah, Steph. Okay. Thank you. Welcome. So I think we have one that joining to viewer 3. Oh, sorry. Can you introduce yourself? Hello.
Judith.
Is that?
Judith.
Okay, great. Okay, yeah. So you're welcome. Yeah. So, I was actually going through the recording will be available. Is 3D shapes. How to do a 2D representations of 3D shapes. So we have different examples of 3D shapes, and I mentioned that in the video is actually recorded. So just a quick recap. So can you just give me, Steph? Can you give me 2 examples of 3D shapes? Steph, can you give me 2 examples of 3D shapes?
Sorry, 1 minute.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know.
Okay, 3D shapes are. Gillette, do you know 3D shapes?
You have square, cone.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
3D shapes are like
cylinder.
3-dimensional shapes. You get it? Example is like cone, like things like proper solid things. Like
Cylinder.
cylinder, cuboid, cube, cone, square base pyramid, triangular, that's like what's it called? Triangle base pyramid. Like, you should also have what's it called? Different things like that. You get it? It's 3-dimensional. So in those 3-dimensional shapes, you could find a volume of them. So these are examples of 3-dimensional shapes. So we just want to, the purpose of this lesson is that we want to do the 2-dimensional representations of 3D shapes. So, and I did this is the first example I actually covered. So I said that this is, for example, now this shape you see in the middle here is a 3D shape. Okay, this is a 3D shape. So if you want to find the plane, the left elevation, the right elevation, the front elevation, this is what you have to consider. So if you want to find the plane elevation, look, what's it called? If you are here, where the cursor is, if you look down, how will the shape looks like? It's going to look at the rectangle and there's a line in between. Yes, because this line here will form as a line in between. So this one is the plane elevation. Is it okay? It's like a rectangle and a line in between. So when you have to find plane, just look at it from the top. How will the shape look like? If you are here, if you are in this position, the top, look down. How will the shape look like? That is like the plane elevation. Then the front elevation is that if you are in this position and you are looking at this shape, how will you look like? What you will see is just this. Is this part. You will see this part, and just this part is what you will see. This is the front elevation. Like you can see from the front. What will you see? You will see just this part. That's the front elevation. So if you want to look at the left side, how will this shape look like if you are looking at this shape from the left? So this is what it looks like. So if you're on the right too, if you're looking at this shape, how would it look like on the right? This is what it looks like. So that is what they call, that is it. So that's actually a major thing. So All these things, they are 2D representations because they only have 2 dimensions. They are 2D representations of what? Of a 3D what? Of a 3D shape. So look at this one now. This one is also a 3D shape. So they ask us to try and figure out what's it called? To try and figure out the plane elevation. The plane elevation is when what? How will the shape look like if you are viewing it from what? From the top. If you are viewing this shape from the top here, it will look like a rectangle. It's going to look like a rectangle, which is this. If you are viewing this shape from what? From this left here, from this side here.
Like a rectangle.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, all right, sorry. I think you're talking to me also. So I want us to do one question that doesn't have any answer there so that you guys can just give me a sec. I'm going to just give me a sec. Let me try and get one question here. Yes, hold on. Just want to get some questions for you too. Sorry, somebody joined again. So look at this one now. These are another typical example to get force of a 2D representations of a 3D shape. So this, when you say you're talking about the plane elevation now, is when you are here. How does the shape looks like?
Yeah.
To get it's going to be like you're going to be seeing this one. This is what you will see. You get if you're looking at it from the top. This is actually the area you will see. You get so it's going to be this. You will see this one. Can you see this place represents this, and this one represents this. So you will see these 3 cubes, yes, and you will see one extra one on the left. So that's the plane. That's the plane part. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So the plane, I'm going to repeat myself again. The plane part is this. If you are looking at this shape from the top, what will you see? You will realize that from the top, you realize that you can see 3 cubes and one, you get like on the left this way. So you will see this and this. So it's not going to be this. And it's not going to be this because you don't have, what's it called? There's no extra cube coming here. So it won't be this. So look at this other one too. If you want to look at the front elevation is that what will you see if you're looking at this? If you're looking at the shape from this side, what will you see? You realize that what? You can see this, you will see this, and you also see this. So it's going to be, this is going to be the side elevation, yes. You see this, and you also see this. So that is the one will be your side elevation. So the third one is this. Sorry, let me just clear this one. I don't know why this one's just pop up. The third one is this. The third one is this. If you look at it from this side, that's the front elevation. You will realize that this is what you see, and you will see the one on top this way. You will see this extra one. These gaps will not show when you're looking at it from this side. So what is what you will see? That's the front elevation when you look at it from this side. So that is just that straightforward. You know, you can get better when we do questions on it. So I want to dive into questions now so that we can actually make it more interactive so that you guys can actually understand what I'm talking about. Okay, let me see. Okay, somebody joined again. Somebody joined. So hello. I know that Juliet joined. I know Steph joined. Viewer 6. Sorry, who else again joined?
Placidia.
Oh, Placidia. How are you, Placidia? Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. We've been waiting outside the door.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. When did you join?
You,
So what?
oh,
Can you hear?
so
Are you here?
I was like, viewer 3, but I have to keep trying until now before you accept it. Now
Oh,
viewer 6.
oh, okay. Okay. And someone is viewer 5. I'm not really sure.
I think
Yeah.
it's Mary J or so.
Okay.
She called me. I told her to just continue trying since I'm trying as well.
Oh, that's well. Listen, I just know I started at around 1, but no one was actually there. So I just said, okay, let me just.
You send a notice late now.
No, it's not even me that sent notice. Rama sent notice. So if you want to, you can go to the calendar. Then you just click on it. The details will come out. Because I just want to try and get things that you can do directly without drawing. Just want to try and get. Just hold on a second. I just want to get questions that you can do because this Join Me app, you can't really write on the screen. So I want to get the ones that you can actually do, so that that is the one that is optional.
Okay.
That's what I want you so that you can actually do it. So.
All right.
Are you looking for questions for us to answer?
I want you to get the question. I want to give you questions to answer. That's it.
We that were late to the class. How do we answer the question?
Okay. Let's just. I'm going to give you a recap for that. Okay. I'm going to give you a recap for that because, like, I just keep explaining, going back and forth again, but no problem. No, sorry. I think you can off your if you want to. So I'm going to go by it one more time, you guys, so that you guys can know what I'm talking about. So the topic is just this topic is normally what's it called? Like a 1-2 mark question bigger in functional schema. So, but it's very important that you actually understand it. So the topic is just 2D representations of 3D shapes. So when you say 2D representations, like 2 dimensions. Example. I think mute yourself if So when you say 2D representation, it's like you are trying to draw the 2D part of a 3D shape. So for example now, this one you see on the screen is a 3D shape. So we want to know the 2D representations of this 3D shape. So I explained earlier that the major thing they ask you is the left elevation, the right elevation, the front elevation, then the plane. But the plane is very common. So if you are asked to draw the plane elevation of this shape, this is what you have to do. You assume that actually you are here and you look at this shape. So if you are on top and you look at this shape, what will you see? You will realize that you will see a rectangle and a line between them. That is what you will see. So can you see this is a rectangle, this down rectangle here, and the line between them is this line. So that is the plane, that's the plane side of this shape. So if you want to look at the front, what's it called? If you're talking about the front elevation, you assume that you are here. So if you look at this shape, what will you see? You only see this part. That's the front elevation. So it's like different positions. What will you see? So if it's like the left side elevation and you are here, so if you are this side, what will you see on this shape? What will you see? You will see like 2 rectangles just climbing. That's actually what you will see. Then if you are also on the right too, you have to see you see the same thing. That was what I was actually talking about. So it's what's it called? You are drawing 2D part of a 3D shape. So look at this 1, 2. I want to show you this. Sorry, I just want to try and double check. So if you don't understand, just try and call me back. I'm going to explain it again. So I'm going to explain it again. If you don't get it, just hold on. Yeah, I'm coming. Just sorry. Yeah, on your camera. I'm coming. I want to cover one half. I'm going to ask Placidia to do one question on this. Just give me a sec. It's coming up now. So look at this shape now. Look at this. This is a 3D. This is a 3D shape. So I just want 3 volunteers to tell me the answer. So which one do you think is going to be out of those 3 options, A, B, and C? Which one do you think is going to be the plane? Look at the shape very well. Which one do you think is going to be the plane? I want to ask Steph to tell me.
When you say plane, what do you mean by plane?
The plane is actually, when you are on this part, what will you see from this shape?
Oh, I guess it. Oh,
yes.
If you're on that side, all right.
Yeah, when you are looking at it from this place, when you use your height, what will you see? So out of those 3 options.
Are you looking at it from the top, or you're looking at it
top?
from
the top.
From the top. Okay, you see number 3.
You see number 3?
Yeah.
Okay, Steph, which one will you see if you are on
top? Okay, from the top. It's going
to
be number 1. Number 1.
Yeah. Because can you see now? You can realize that you will see this.
7.
Yeah, you see this and this. So it's the first one.
Yeah.
So I want to ask Judith now this question. If you are looking at it from this side, the front elevation, which side will you see?
Number 2.
What will you see? Huh?
Number 2.
Number 2, yes, that one is correct. So you know that from the side elevation, what will you see? You'll probably see number 3. You get it, that's fine. Okay. So I'm doing another set of questions now again. I just want to it's just for you to keep changing positions. Again so look at this other one too. This is another 3D shape. So if you look at this, I want you to answer this question now. So what's going to be the plane elevation between A, B, or C? What's going to be the plane elevation? This is option A, this option B, and this option C. Don't forget, I told you earlier, the plane elevation, the plane part, sorry, the plane is what? When you see from the top. What will you see from the top? So I want to ask Placidia. You see A, B,
A. You see
A. Why is it
yeah.
A? Why?
Yeah, because if you're looking at it from the top, you've got 3 boxes, then you've got one, then you've got the big view.
Big boxes, yeah. You see the big box there. So I want to ask Steph now, which one do you think is going to be which one is going to be the side elevation?
C.
Then you know that this one is actually the front elevation. So this thing is just where you see it from. So any question on this?
The question is actually difficult than this.
Is that what?
I said with this, it look easy, but the question is actually difficult than this.
Pinhead. By anybody.
Some questions they can ask you to draw. So you can only have 2 planes and 2, what's it called? Like there's 2 type of questions that comes out from this plane and elevation. The first one is optional, like this one I just showed you. The second one is when they ask you to draw. Like you draw the elevation, they will give you like a box. Let me show you that one. This one involves yes, yeah. So look at this one. It's to ask you to draw what's it called? The side elevation. I'm going to show you similar questions like that. You can have this, and they will ask you to draw what the side elevation. You get it? So they could ask you to. So when they put arrow there, they mean the front. That's the front. You get it? So you could ask to draw the side too. Yeah. So these are the questions the other type of questions that comes up. So you could be asked to draw the side. Let me just maybe this pen can allow me to draw this.
Are they going to put arrows on all the images they are asking you to draw from?
Yes, but in some some scenario you can put arrows there to know the front. You get it? But if they didn't put arrow there, the question they might ask you is that you should draw the plane. So when you want to draw the plane, it's just when you look at it from the top. That is it. So if you want to draw the plane now on this, what you will see is this. You will see this. You will see four boxes. This is the plane. The plane is what? This is, you will see 4 boxes.
Yeah. So
when you look at it from this side, you look at it from this side. Yes, this and this. So it's gonna see. You will see 4. That's it. So and
So let me ask this question: Is it the same thing?
You say what? Come again, please. The thing was lagging. Like, can you come again, please? Hello, who can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, right. Placidia, I think you can talk. Yeah, I can hear you now, Placidia.
Yeah, I said this one. Yeah, I've seen a question. I think it's from the program. There was a question. They drew a diagram and they put the chart, and they now said unwrap the diagram on the chart or something like that. So you're supposed to make it flat. Yeah, on the net, bring it out and make it flat.
Like the front part. We're meant to go to the net now, but because you guys joined late, yes, we're meant to go to the net now. You get it?
I was thinking that was not part of it.
No, it was actually it's plain elevations and there's going to be net there too. We're meant to do the net now, but because you guys joined late, that's the reason why.
Okay.
You can
Sorry
look
for
at
the lateness.
yeah. You can look at no, that's fine. So you can look at this part too. So this one too. So if you want to draw this now, that's not the plane. The plane is what I do when I draw on top. Okay, this. I've drawn I did draw the elevation on top. I'm just trying to draw the elevation now. So can you see the elevation? If you look at it from this place, you will see a square here. You will see another square and you see one on the left. So that is it. So it goes on and on to the same thing applicable to
Sorry,
the
elevation, plane is top view, elevation is side view.
yeah, elevation is like how you look at it on the side. So elevation could be front elevation, it could be side elevation.
Okay, so what I'm getting confused. If they say plane is constant, is
Yeah,
top.
it's called a constant, yeah.
Then what are the other sides? Elevation and side.
Yeah. Side elevations could be left or right. How does the shape look like on the left? So left is like now. Look at this part.
Okay,
now.
are they going? Is the question? I really have a hard time interpreting questions. So are they going to like say side elevation or front elevation? That's the thing. Or they will just say elevation. Then I have to determine if it's side they want or front.
Yes. No, for example, now, this case now, they ask you to find the elevation. So if you look at this part now, no matter where you look at it from, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Do you get it now? So no matter if you draw the front, it's going to be the same thing. If you draw the side, it's going to be the same thing for this one. So you can just see.
So what if the shape is different? Then what do I do?
If the shape is different and they ask you to do the elevation, do you get it? And just do one of the side elevation. But if the side elevation and the front elevation is not the same, they'll be specific. They'll ask you to do maybe front or side.
Okay.
Do you get it? So the plane is always constant, what you see from here. And to be honest with you, I have to be honest with you, based on actually my own experience, do you get it? When you do the test normal, you will realize that the most common question is the plane. The elevation ones are going to be optional. So you will have like 4 elevations. They will not ask you to tick the correct answer. It's okay now, but the one that is plain, they will ask you to draw it. That is, you will have the chart to draw. They will give you that to draw. So the same thing you do for this one too. So let's just go to let me just go to this other one, then the net. So this is the unwrapping the net now. The net is like the skeleton of a 3D shape. So for example now, it's like this is like a cube now. If you unwrap this cube, you get it's actually what you get. This cube normally has 6 faces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is how it looks like. So if you fold all these things together, it's going to turn to what? To a cube. Do you get it? And that is it now. But any cube, don't forget that the faces are actually the same. Do you get it? And the faces are the same. It's not like a cuboid. A cuboid will have different type of rectangles there. But in a cube, all the faces are actually the same. So, for example, now they ask you what's the possible net for this cube. It's going to be only D here. For example, now when you want to unwrap let me use this example for you. If you want to unwrap this one, you can't write on it like that. That's the reason why I'm just using the cursor. In the cube, there's one that's always opposite. So if you're folding this cube now, the bottom one here and this one will be opposite of each other. This side and this side will also be opposite of each other. So then this one and these two will also be opposite. So when you see the net and you realize that what's it called? There's no the opposite side does not really match. So that one can never be the net of a cube. So I want to show you something before we continue to that cube. I'm coming. Look at this now. This example of what? Of different nets. This example of what? Of different nets. of this shape. So, for example, now if they ask you to unwrap this cube, what do you think is going to be sorry. So if they ask you to unwrap this cube, so now what do you think is going to be the possible net with all of them? So I want to ask Placidia. So if you ask to unwrap that cube now, what's going to be the possible net between this one on the right? What is the possible one? Let me just try and minimize it so maybe you can see it.
Is the cross one the one that looks like a cross?
This one. Which one? Is it the first, second,
the
third?
One that is like a cross. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4.
Oh, number 4. Yeah, you are right. So who got it right? Who do you think? Who thinks like maybe probably there's a problem with this? So that this is going to be, this is a cube, and I told you earlier that different faces of a cube must be the same. And if they are also the same, you have to check maybe these things are actually opposite of each other. For example, now this will be opposite of this when you fold it. This will also be opposite of this when you are folding it, and this last one too will be opposite of this. Yeah, when you are folding it. So that is it. So when you wrap it together, so I'm going to ask, not Placidia, I'm going to ask Steph now, which one do you think is going to be the possible net of this keyboard? So the number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which one do you think is going to be the possible net of this keyboard, Steph? I just want to make it interactive. So which one do you think is going to be possible net of that keyboard? Sorry, Steph joined again. Sorry, I thought she was not there. The team doesn't alert if. So I think Steph is there. Then coming, Steph is there. The names are not there. That's the reason why I can't. I don't really know. No, I know. Judith, are you there, Judith?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So what do you think is going to be the possible net of this keyboard?
So are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking Judith, please.
Okay, the keyboard one is 3.
It's 3, yes. You move it again, it's gonna be 3 because if you look at this part now, all these different between this 3 and 4 is because what these one are different shapes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Steph, can you hear me now?
Yes, I could. I was answering. No one was listening to me.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. So look at this other one. So this is a cylinder. So apart from Versity and Judith, I want someone to answer that question for me. This is a cylinder now.
Number 5. Mary Jane.
What?
Number 5.
Number 5, yes. You see 2 circles there, and 1 rectangle. Is a rectangle. Yes. So that is the next thing now. Yeah. So then, apart from Mary and Mary, Placidia, and Judith, I want someone to answer the question for me. What do you think is going to be the next for this? Oh, that one is done already. Sorry. What do you think is going to be next for this one? Can you explain why?
Number 1.
Yes, number 1. So we have to explain why. Why do you think is that?
Yeah, because when you open it, like it's been opened, because right now it's as if it's being folded together. So if you open, you can see like 4 triangles put together, and in the middle there's like a square.
Okay.
They're equal size.
Yes, equal size and square. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe next week or so, I want us to go over a full functional skill paper and see how you guys we actually perform again there. So look at this one. It said that the one has actually been done for you. They ask you to match it. So I will want. I think this is probably similar to actually the one we did, but the one that is different is this. Okay, they want to match the net now to the shape. So it's like the other way around. We want to match the net now to the shape. So they have already matched it for us. So here, So what's the net for this one? This is the net. What do you think is going to be the shape for this one? What's the shape for this one?
I don't know the name of the shape. It's number 1, 2, 3. Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Is it number 3? Yeah, I can't see the top. Yeah, that one. Don't move. Yeah, number 3.
Okay. So I want Steph to explain why do you think this is right?
It's quite made up of 1, 2, 3. Because it's the same size, same equal size.
And they have to be opposites of each other.
Yeah.
Now, this is opposite of this. This is opposite of this. This opposite this. So that's actually why I matched together. So then I want Mary to actually explain why this is the right answer, because you answered this the last time. Why do you think this is the right answer?
Yeah, because it's a cylinder. Because it has a shape of cylinder. Then the two sides is equal. The two upsides, the up and down one side, the cylinder, they're equal, and they have one shape, which is the inner shape.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Let me just show you again.
Yeah.
Okay, so get this one for you. Then we'll wrap it up after this. So, Placidia, when are you writing your exam, your test?
I wanted to book it for a day next week.
Okay. I would like to go before you write. As like maybe after Tuesday, what's it called? Wednesday. Because the reason why is because I just want to go over like a practice question. They get all practice question based on what the fuck they get.
That would be nice. I think I'm supposed to be finishing on the 30th, so I have to do all the exams before that day.
Yeah.
Is that not correct?
Yes, you have to try and finish before that day, yeah. And you have to make sure you put your best to get it.
So the only week I have is this week and next week, and I've got English tomorrow. So I was thinking I'll just revise Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then maybe Monday or Tuesday I'll do the math.
So let me just probably you can fix after so that you'll be able to like go over questions with us again. You can like
let me just look at the calendar since I'm talking to you. So 30th is upper week, so I can put it on the upper week, maybe 29th.
Yes.
So next week I'll go over it with you. Then on the 29th I'll go for the test.
So just hold on a second. You guys cannot draw now. That's the reason why I would have loved you to draw one for me. But if you could, like, I don't know.
Sorry, are we on the same calendar with Cassandra? Is it Cassandra that I just talking?
My name is funny.
No, it's not Cassandra. I want to be sure if you're the one that just spoke.
No, it's Placidia.
How fun? Eh?
Placidia.
Oh, Cassibia. I thought it's Cassandra. Sorry.
No, Placidia. P.
Eh?
It's Placidia.
Oh, Placidia.
Don't worry, I'm laughing because people do that all the time. So it's just funny.
Oh, sorry, I was just taking it for some name else. I thought Cassandra.
Don't worry, you're not alone. It's normal.
Are we on the same calendar with her? Am I on the same calendar?
No, but the issue is that...
Okay. Pardon?
The issue is that, if I cover it now, it's not just only for her, the guys, for all of you too. So you gain more experience. If one you don't understand, you ask me questions.
Yes. That's one.
So this one, I don't know how you guys can you practice it to draw the front elevation? Like, they say you should draw the front elevation of this now. If you could try it, and I'll go and do it on this
front elevation.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that.
Do that now.
It's not the side. The front we're just looking at is just 1, 2, 3.
Three boxes
up and 2 down. Yeah, exactly. Just like you said. 1, 2, 3, 3.
Yeah, 3, 3. Okay, that's fine. So, what about the plane for this one? The plane for this one. Not the front. Plane.
A rectangle. 3 boxes. Flat.
Yeah.
3 on top.
Then
like looking at 9 boxes.
I'm looking at 9 or something like that.
Okay.
3, 3.
So what about the plane? Just give me a sec, please. Let me open it up for someone. So what about this one? Just try and draw.
Is it the plane?
The front.
Yeah, the plane, please.
Okay, the plane. You have 3 boxes. Then 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Is it not just the way he looked like up there? How does it look?
Yeah, from the top.
Okay, where you look at it from
4, 3,
the top?
2, 1.
Yeah, you see 4,
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. That's it. So, next week we'll practice questions, like questions on it, and I think that one will really help you. It's okay.
Do they sometimes put figure on it and ask you to calculate?
You say what?
Do they sometimes put figure on it and ask you to calculate?
No, they normally do the 2D parts. So I don't think they will give you a proper compound shape. So, for example, now based on my own experience, the ones that I'm coming, let me see. Know how to calculate trapezium. I've covered it before.
Mm-hmm.
No, but there was a question that you sent to us in that I don't know what to call it when we were doing this thing. They put what's it called, values on all the shape, like the compound shape. Then they ask a question about maybe like if there is a rectangle, like they will now ask like the rectangle. So you will now have to ignore all the other values and just take the ones that represent the rectangle.
Well, which week was that?
Those assignment I sent to you in the beginning. It's not a week. It's the questions. That assessment you sent to us before we start the course.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a question there. It was like a triangle on top of a rectangle. They now put values on all the sides of the triangle and the rectangle. It was sitting on top of it. But they asked the question. Now, the question is supposed to be like a 2D question to measure something. So you have to ignore the value of the other side that was given and just calculate the side that was asked.
Yes. You are. I know that type of question. So when you sometimes if they ask you to find, let me give you an example. If they ask you to find a trapezium, if they give the value is going to be 5, this one is 7. They gave this one to be. They said this one is 4.
Aha. Question
3.
like this one.
3.
Are troublesome.
So if you want to find the area of return, you will ignore this one. Don't need. You only need this. So it's going to be, I told you before, plus you definitely remember, 0. You add this and this together.
Yeah.
Now multiply what you get by 4. That's all. You add 5 and 7 together. You multiply the answer by 4. Then you divide it by 2.
So you divide by 4. Divide by 4.
No.
You divide by 2 because this thing to calculate triangle is divided by 2, isn't it?
Yeah. You add this and this together. That's 12. 12 times 4 got 48. Then you divide by 2. That's going to be 24. So 24 is going to be this trapezium. So it's just when we do questions next week, we try and join early so we can be able to cover everything. Please. So that is that. So any question, please. So Steph, did you just join is this your first time?
Yeah, this is my first time. I'm thinking if I should join the next day because I don't think I understand anything.
Is that what?
I said this is my first time, so I'm a bit scared and lost. Should I just join the next day?
No, don't worry. Don't worry, just continue. Again, the ones you don't understand, just try and put it through the WhatsApp. Again. So we address it when we meet.
Okay.
It's okay. It's not a problem. So, another question?
We haven't picked the day for my review.
For your?
You said you were going to work out questions with me. We haven't picked the date for it.
No, the next lesson, I want us to work questions together.
Okay.
The next lesson.
That will be on Monday, isn't it?
No, the next lesson is on Wednesday.
What day are we? Today is Wednesday.
Next
week Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay. Okay,
Next
no
week
problem.
Wednesday. No problem. All right, bye.
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 Thank you.
Bye.
You're going to start 10 minutes. Bye-bye.
Bye.